Yo, what is up, Crockxen clan members and others who have stumbled upon this video? I'm SoresanCrockxen, and today we have another top 10 for you guys. This is for you guys. Now, it's really late, and I was hoping to do this earlier today, but some stuff happened. But that does not matter, right? We don't care. We just get on with it. So today's top 10, as you can tell from the title, is going to be my top 10 favorite Pokemon. Now, quick side note, when I started making the list originally, I started noticing that I had a lot of starters on there, and I was like, wait a minute, what is this? So I decided to tone it down, and I only have one starter on my favorite starter, right? And then later on in the future, I'll do a top 10 favorite starter, and then that way I can cover the variety, because I felt like I had way too many starters in the list. So I decided to go with that. And then I also had some legendaries when I started getting rid of a lot of the starters. I'm like, wait, I can't do that. So I only have one legendary in there, and that is always, of course, my favorite legendary. So whenever I do the top 10 favorite starter and top 10 favorite legendaries, you already know which one are going to be at the top. So this is kind of like a spoiler alert for future videos. So I decided, so only one legendary and one starter on this list. So we'll be good, okay? We'll be good, alright? So why don't we get started? Number 10. So starting us off at number 10, we have Crocodile. Now I decided to go with Crocodile because Gen 5, I'll straight up say right now, I love the story of the games, right? The story of the games were the best by far, but the Pokemon were terrible, in my opinion. Of course, if you're a Gen 5 fanatic, go for it. But personally speaking, I did not like the vast majority of Gen 5 Pokemon. There was a select few that I actually liked, and some which were tolerable, but most of them were just garbage to me. Garbage joke, huh? But anyways, so enough of the rant. Crocodile here was the shining beacon of hope. You get it early in the game, and I was really looking for, I was playing the game. I'm like, okay, I want this freaking crocodile. So I went, and I did not stop until I found one. I found one, and to my surprise, it had Moxie. I'm like, whoa, what is this? This is cool. So I learned of a new ability that I didn't even know existed, and it was a great ability, and it actually helped me out in the long run. So Crocodile easily became one of my favorite Pokemon, just in general. Even in one of my Pokemon Online teams, I have a Crocodile on there. Trying to think which one it is, but regardless, I have a Crocodile on the team because I like it. It is literally one of my favorite Gen 5 Pokemon. So I don't know. I like the design. The color scheme was great. I like how it switched from brown and black to red and black. The fact that it looks like a burglar and the name implies that, it just worked great for me. Crocodile is a beast. Leave it. Number 9. Now for number 9, we're gonna turn back the wheel of time and go into Generation 3 Aggron. Now before Aggron came out, I didn't really care too much for the steel types. Like the steel types were they were there, but I wasn't a fan of them. I wasn't looking for them, but oh, I want this one. I mean, granted, all Generation 1 and 2 Pokemon, I love every single one of them, but it wasn't like I was gonna get one. Now here comes Aggron. I'm like, this thing right here, I have to have it in my team. And not to mention the fact that Aggron is, when I first started Pokemon Ruby, that was actually the game I got for Gen 3. Before, I got that one in Emerald. But the point is, I got Ruby, and I was so hooked into it. I made a team, since I wasn't much of a competitive anything back then, so I just got caught Pokemon fun. Aggron here was actually one of the few Pokemon, I actually had a couple, but was on my main team, right? And they were the first Pokemon that I got that actually made it to level 100. First Pokemon I've ever made to 100, and Aggron was one of them. And I don't know, I had this urge to to battle with him. He looked so sleek. His design was cool, and I mean, it was a thing. Like he was like, oh my gosh, it's a steel type that I actually want to use. So it kind of pushed me into the boundaries. I mean, granted, there was also Metagross, but that one was a lot harder to get, and I don't know, like I felt like Aggron was a lot smoother, and he gets a Mega Evolution now. Like I was like, wow, a Pokemon I actually like from Generation 3 is getting a Mega. Oh, I'm definitely getting, and I did get it, and it's a Pokemon that I mean, I just love Aggron, and yeah, it's a great Pokemon in my opinion. I mean, the stats aren't always great, and he's got a lot of immunities, but I don't freaking care. I love Aggron, so Aggron, right there, he's right there. NumberEight. Now for NumberEight, we're gonna move forward again. We're gonna go to Generation 4, and this is a Pokemon that was introduced as a evolution to a Generation 3 Pokemon, and this Pokemon is Gallade. Now, hear me out. I always liked Gardevoir, right? I mean, she was cool, and I did end up catching one. I actually did use one in my shenanigans. She wasn't in my main team though, like so it wasn't. Anyways, I liked Gardevoir. I did. Um, why they made Gallade, I don't freaking know, but I'm glad they did. I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to take anything away from Gardevoir, but Gallade was just a beast looking. Like his design was a little weird at first, but I got used to it. The evolution, like they tried to introduce new stones, so the fact that you have to use one to get a Gallade, it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta find the stone, so I use this thing, and it has a high attack, like that thing's attack, and to me personally, like if I like I said, I also have one in my Pokemon Online team, my team 1. You can get that thing's attack up, you are solid to go. I mean, with a set of close combat, swords dance, leaf blade, and cycle cut, you are good to go. That thing is gonna destroy everything in it. Well, I mean, no, not everything, but you know what I mean. It's a great Pokemon though. Like I really like Gallade though. So NumberEight, Gallade. No, we're just gonna leave it at that. NumberSeven. Then for NumberSeven, we're staying in Generation 4 with the pseudo-legendary Garchomp, because Garchomp is a beast. Now, I've always been a fan of dragons, right? I like my real life person, I love dragons. So, I mean, there was dragons before it, and we're gonna mention another one in a bit. But so that means that Garchomp's not my favorite dragon, but it looked cool, right? And Cynthia in the anime made it look even cooler. So like, I don't remember having a Garchomp in my Diamond. I don't remember. I had one. I don't remember what game from Generation 4, but it looked great. It was a freaking shark that walks on 2 legs. It is like the cooler version of Sharpedo. And it's a freaking dragon. Like that's one of the main things that drove me to it. It's like it's a freaking dragon that looks like a freaking shark. So obviously I'm gonna freaking like it. And I don't know, like I said, mainly the anime helped it a lot, because if it wasn't, I mean, the games, I said I don't remember having one, but because of Cynthia's Garchomp, it made me want to get one. So I was like, this thing is a beast. It gets a Mega Evolution in Generation 6, so that's always a good thing. And I don't know, I just like it. It's a sleek design, and it just looks amazing. So yeah, it's NumberSeven, Mr. Garchomp. Mr. Garchomp. NumberSix. Now you know how I said I love Dragon? Well, NumberSix is another one, but we're fast forwarding to Generation 6 with Noivern. This thing, from the moment I saw it, I was like, I am getting that thing. No matter what it takes, I am getting that thing. And I was I was in shock. Like this thing looked so amazing, so great. It was a freaking bat. It was a bat, right? It was a bat, but it was a cool looking bat. No, no, no. I mean, I'm not gonna take anything away from Crobat and in the gang, but it's a freaking Noivern. That thing looked so amazing. It's man, the attack it introduces, Boom Burst. This thing has 100 base power with 100% accuracy. No, wait, it's not 100. It's 140. Yes, 140. 100% accuracy. No drawbacks. It can hit through. I think it's substitute. I don't recall what it is, but it can hit through stuff, right? Like so. It just looked awesome, and I saw it in the anime, and I'm like, this. I just want it now so bad, and I can't wait to see it in X and Y. I really can't. So yeah, NumberSix, we got that Noivern. Number 5. So earlier when talking about Garchomp, I said that there might be a dragon that I like more from before, and here it is, Flygon. Flygon is a Pokemon that I don't know what it was about it, but I just saw it and I'm like, this thing looks amazing. And I don't know what it was. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's the mask, or not the mask, but the fact that his eyes are in a fold. I don't know what it was. I never understood why I liked Flygon so much. And I always tell my friends when they ask me who's your favorite dragon type, I always say it's Flygon. It's Flygon. I don't know what it is about Flygon, but it just sticks in my mind. And the fact that Drew's Flygon. Oh my god. It just made me like, there was nothing that I did not like about Flygon when I was watching it. And I understand maybe it's not the most powerful dragon type in the game, but I don't know what it is. Like literally, I don't know what it is about Flygon that makes me say that he is my favorite dragon type of the game. Like, look at Garchomp. I mean, people might say it looks way better than Flygon. Look at Salamence, one that actually looks like a legit dragon. Noivern, all these other dragon types that have come after it. Hydreigon, Haxorus, all these things. And I like Flygon. What the heck is wrong with me? I don't even know, man. I don't know, guys. I don't understand. But Flygon has stuck with me since Gen 3. And I've liked it more than Dragonite. I've liked it. I don't know what it was, man. I really don't know. So yeah, we have that Flygon. Number 4. And coming in at number 4, we have my favorite evolution of all times, Espeon. Now here's the thing. When we first started, right? When we first came in Gen 1, we had Eevee, Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon. My favorite back then was Vaporeon, and it still is my favorite Gen 1 evolution. And it's gonna stay that way. I don't even care that Jolteon can take it out with one thunder attack. Freaking, it's Vaporeon, okay? Gen 2 comes along. Oh my gosh, we have a new system. It's day and nighttime, right? And guess what? We get a freaking Espeon and Umbreon. And I'm like, I want that. The Espeon one. That one? I want that one. I mean, that one looks cool too, but this one, I'm like, Vaporeon, I'm sorry, but your throne has been taken off. I'm sorry. This one right here. This is gonna take over you. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. And literally, that's the way I felt. Like, and Coliseum helped me because I'm like, you automatically start with an Espeon and an Umbreon, and my Espeon is the thing that went up higher in XD Glow Darkness. That Eevee that I had went into an Espeon. Any Eevee that I have gotten since Gen 2 has always, the first one I get is always an Espeon. No matter what, it's always an Espeon. And it has not failed since then. I don't know. It just won't. Because it's the one that looks different. The other ones look more like dogs and foxes. This one looks like a freaking cat. It looks so adorable. I don't know what it is. It just looks so adorable. It looks way more adorable than everything. I do hate its shiny form, but I don't care because it's freaking adorable. I don't know what it is. It's just it's an Espeon. And I know there's people who are gonna say, no, Glaceon's way better, or I mean, people have their differences, different opinions, but I always have an argument with my friend. I'm like, you like Glaceon, that's good for you. I like Espeon, and that's where it's gonna stay. Because Espeon, Gen 4 came along with Glaceon and Leafeon. I mean, I like Glaceon. Leafeon could go freaking go in the trash. And then we got Sylveon now in Gen 6. I still don't like him as much as Espeon. And it took Vaporeon's throne. So we're gonna stick with Espeon all the way, all the way. Number 3. So coming in at number 3, you guys are probably wondering, Soresan, didn't you say you were gonna put a starter on here because it's your favorite starter, and since you had so many starters, you were just gonna go with your favorite? Well, here it is, my favorite starter, and number 3 on this list, Charizard. You're probably like, what? You serious? Oh my gosh, how obvious is that? Couldn't you be more original and pick something else? Guys, hear me out first. Chill out and hear me out. I already told you guys earlier in the video that I love dragons. Now, I understand that Charizard wasn't originally a fire dragon, but I did not care. Okay, it looks like a dragon, it breathes fire like a dragon, it's a dragon. Okay? So, and here's the other thing. Like, it was my first starter. Ever. Like, when I got red and blue, I started with red, obviously. I picked Charizard. I picked Charmander because, I mean, I liked all 3, yes, but I picked Charmander because it looked, I don't know, it just appealed to me. And Charizard was on the cover, and I'm like, I wonder what, I mean, obviously I was going to figure out, hey, it's the fire one, but it drew me in. Like, I don't know what it was, but I really wanted this thing. I didn't care how I got it. I wanted the Charizard, and it just, it attached to me. Like, I just grew an attachment to it. And I don't know, it's like, if I were to have just one Pokemon, I mean, granted, I do have 2 that I have that are better, like I like more than Charizard, but it's like I would like a Charizard, just to know what it's like to have a Charizard, and not only that, but he's also a fire type, which in coincidence is my favorite type in the games. I don't know, maybe it's just because I have some inner pyromaniac inside me or whatever. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Maybe I am. I don't know. Don't tell anybody. But anyway, so I don't know. It was just a Pokemon that like just drew me into the show, or Charizard. Ash's Charizard. I mean, granted, he didn't pay attention to what Ash said, but I didn't care. It's a freaking Charizard. I'm like, Ash, if that was my Charizard, he would be listening to me, and I would be flying. I wouldn't even be walking. I would be flying with that thing. So, yeah, Charizard, you know, it's a Charizard. And I'm sorry that I'm not more original and pick something else. It's a Charizard. Number 2. Number 2, we have Pikachu. You're like, what? Are you serious? You have a mascot in there? Oh my gosh, how lame. Okay, guys, he's a mascot for a reason. And I'm not like one of those where I like, oh my gosh, it's a Pikachu. It's the only Pokemon I know. No, it's not. I know every Pokemon. Granted, I'm still learning Gen 6, but I know them. Like, just looking at their picture, I can already tell who it is. But regardless, we're talking about Pikachu here. Pikachu, since the games came out before the anime over here, or wait, yeah, the games came out before. I got them day one, kind of thing. Like, my parents, I'm like, I want this game, and I got it, and my Game Boy Color, I was playing it, I found a Pikachu, and I really wanted the Pikachu, and I caught the Pikachu, and I fought with Pikachu, and then I actually had evolved it into a Raichu. Look at me talking about Charizard again. Oh my gosh, it's infiltrated my mind. No, I'm just kidding. But I did evolve it into a Raichu the original time. But then the anime came out, and Ash's Pikachu was like, well, look at this. And then I'm like, you know what? I mean, Raichu's stronger, but Pikachu is though. I mean, I like it. It's more adorable, and I don't know, like he's like I said, he's the mascot for a reason, and I don't like it because he's not up in this list. I mean, because he's the mascot. I like him because I liked him before he became the mascot, and I like him more now because he is the mascot. I mean, like I said, I mean, I liked him a lot to begin with, but the mascot thing actually made me feel like, wow, a Pokemon I like is actually the mascot of this thing, like, and that made me feel like it was a lot, like it was more important, so I liked it even more. So it does have some influence, but it wasn't the initial reason why I like Pikachu. So yeah, Pikachu number 2, number 1. And then number 1, you guys are probably saying, okay, so this is the one where he's gonna say the legendary, right? You guys guessed it right. This is the one. Here's the thing, though. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some of you guys guessed it. I don't freaking know. My favorite legendary and my favorite Pokemon of them all, Lugia. And you're like, why? There's so many better. Lugia, I discovered when the second movie came out, and I'm like, this thing. Like, I like Zapdos, I like Moltres, I like Articuno, I like all that stuff, right? But this thing is living underwater, and he's not even a water type, and he just comes out and he's like, hey, yo, what are you doing? Stop this. Please, just, no. He doesn't even please, he's just like, stop, right now, before I get mad. And I should, like, I did, like, I have a tendency to cry when I'm watching animes. Like, if it's a very emotional, like, if I really enjoy the anime and it's a sentimental scene, that movie made me cry. Like, Lugia, when he went down, I was just, like, gushing water out of my eyes. It was ridiculous. I was like, no! Like the fact that like, I felt so much emotion for this thing. Like, I'm like, what is wrong with me? This isn't even real. But he stuck with me, and like the movie, I will say the movie had the most influence on why I prefer Lugia over anything else. Anything else. Now, would I mind having one? I would mind. I would like having a Lugia, but like I said earlier, I mean Charizard. Just the fact that I could feel what it would be like to own a Charizard. I mean, I wouldn't mind Lugia too, but I'm just saying, like, it's a Lugia. So my favorite legendary. So you already been spoiled on my top of 2 future videos. You have Lugia and then you have Charizard, so you can look forward to those videos. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave your own top 10 in the comments down below. Don't forget to check out the previous top 10. I'll put an annotation somewhere, and it should have been throughout the entirety of the video. I don't freaking know. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys, commenting and all that stuff. So, yeah, just leave your stuff down there, and then I will respond to you if you want me to, like if there's like a question or something. Anyways, that's besides the point. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in a later video.